All right. Here we go. Christmas night. I'm about to start watching this and I cannot believe it. Volume 2. Here we go. You know what I'm here for. You know I'm here for Kali. You know I'm here for Elle. You know I'm here for all of the upside down lore that is yet to be revealed. You know I'm here for the mind flayer. Hopefully we're going to be getting all that. It was a very Stranger Things Christmas for me. I got this Snuggie blanket kind of hoodie, so should I need the power of the blanket Snuggie sweatshirt to get me through, I will put that on. Oh, but right now I'm sweating. I don't need it yet. I'm too nervous. So here we go. Episode 5, Shock Jock. And my prediction was correct that Kali, Elle, and Hopper just arrived at the church, and Steve and the gang are not there. I knew that. I knew it! Oh! I said, I bet you anything, Kali is going to keep missing the group. Hopefully they are able to meet up at the lab now, because we know that they clearly left to go to the lab. But obviously I think something's going to go down at this church. That big swirly thing that Elle starts fighting happens here, I guess. I don't know. We're only 13 minutes in. but yeah. Okay, we're 47 minutes into Shock Jock. And I have some thoughts. I don't know how I'm feeling. It feels like they're trying to make us feel weird about Kali. Like they're having her get into Elle's head again, be seeming a little bit manipulative, like, oh, some things that she says she seems like she has changed, and then in other parts you still see that sort of part of her. Obviously we got all those flashbacks of her, and I feel so bad. Oh my gosh, I was so upset that, like, when I saw Axel in the mask get shot. She has been through hell and back since we last saw her, so again, I'm not surprised to see that she is still not necessarily morally gray, but has still, she's been through it, you know, so, but I don't know if I'm liking the angle they're taking with her right now. But Linnea is doing a great job. But yes, the whole found out that they were starting a whole new program with pregnant women, but Kali's blood wasn't working. Is that true? I don't know. I'm on the fence about what's going on with Kali right now. I'm not sure. Oh, this is why I was nervous, you guys. I was like, first they bring her back, but now secondly, it's what they do with her in these next episodes that really matter now. Oh my gosh. But yeah, and all the stuff with Dustin and Steve, big fight. For a second I thought that Steve was Vecna getting into Dustin's mind there when he was like ranting about Eddie and saying all these terrible things. I was like, it's Vecna, oh my god. But I guess it wasn't. But wow, that would have been crazy if it was. So Dustin stumbled upon that office that had the wall mapped out already, so we know that this is something that's been known. What else has happened? Robin and Will have had another heart-to-heart. Seems like Will is trying to find the right person to come out to. And the stuff with Max and Holly. I haven't recorded thoughts because I've been very into this episode, to be honestly, because I'm like on the edge of my seat with what they're doing with Kali. I have no idea. I'm so scared and worried, and I don't want her to be evil. Anyway, yeah, so okay, I think that's all the thoughts I had. But yeah, let's just keep going. Oh, they're going to try to shock the Demogorgons back to life and create a hive. I think that was a theory people had. I think we talked about that on one of my lives. Okay, let's see where this goes. Okay, just started watching a couple more minutes, and yeah, I just realized another thought I had. I was worried because now that with Kali back, her doing the visions in Elle's head, it's obviously paralleling with Henry because obviously Kali has those abilities. And so now with this scene that they just showed of Mr. What's-It/Henry talking to Derek and threatening him by showing him visions, it's like basically back to back with something we just saw with Kali. So I'm like, I don't like this. I like making that sort of connection, almost making it seem like she is on his side, which I was like, they cannot do that. And what did she say about him? She said, I knew everything about Henry except that he was still alive. So I am so nervous. They would not make Kali evil, would they? Oh, no. Okay, but anyway, also crazy with Mr. What's-It using this language to scare Derek. I mean, yikes. Oh, but yeah, so let's see if they start to find their way out of here. Oh my God, here we go. All right, just finished Shock Jock. A lot of thoughts, but I liked that episode. I wasn't recording too many thoughts because I was locked into that one, honestly. Okay, so interesting seeing things getting pieced together. So my theory was that they were going to have to start putting Will to sleep again, like what we saw in season 2, but it looks like he just passed out, and I think in the next episode we're going to see him conked out on the couch like we saw in that trailer, and it's because he's completely passed out from whatever just happened. Clearly, but I knew that this wasn't gonna last. Like I predicted that Will's powers it was not going to be smooth sailing in volume 2. It's going to be a challenge and a struggle of how can I use my powers and help without Vecna knowing? How can I use my powers without hurting myself, which now both of those things just happened. He kind of got hurt in the process, and Vecna is clearly aware of the fact that Will can hijack into his powers. So now it's like, how do we actually use his abilities now, right? This is a struggle. Who knows, they might still have to put him to sleep because he is, I mean, if he can spy from Vecna, obviously Vecna can still spy back, right? So it's a whole thing. But that's crazy how close he got, of the way he literally broke Vecna's leg. And it was cool to kind of see it all come together with the run, that it was, Will speaking through Vecna to Max. That was kind of cool. Didn't see that one coming. You know what I mean? Couldn't have predicted that that's how that quote was going to play out. What else? This ending here from whatever Dustin just found out about the Upside Down, that it's not whatever he was calling it, force field generator or whatever. And I knew it was going to end like that, with Nancy saying no and then shooting it. And of course, Dustin with the dang not working walkie. Oh gosh, but of course, yeah, it like broke or whatever a little bit during his fight with Steve. But oh my gosh, so there's that. Dying to know what he found out about the Upside Down that we don't know. And it was weird, as he was looking through all the stuff in the office, I was like, don't tell me the Upside Down is just a science experiment. Okay. Yeah, and then other than that, it's just Kali. I don't know what angle they're getting at with her. I will say I was very emotional when they showed her get captured and have her head shaved and everything. So it's like clearly she has been through a lot, and like I'm sympathetic for her, but I just don't think that other viewers are still at this point. And especially like the way they're still making her a little bit hard to read, you know what I mean? And she definitely is still trying to get into Elle's mind and seemingly kind of drive a wedge between her and Hopper, because obviously Elle was already feeling a little bit upset with Hopper after almost killing himself, you know what I mean? So let's keep it going. And if I don't pop in throughout the episode to give thoughts, it might just be just in between episodes where I give updates because I was locked in to Shock Jock. So I'm looking forward to the rest. Oh my God, let's go. Okay, pretty intense cold open for Escape from Camazotz, right? Episode 6. But they started talking about the bridge already, so I thought that this was episode 7. Once again, very locked into that. But wow, okay, so a lot to think about, Oh my goodness. And here we go. Episode 6, Escape from Camazotz. And that was a pretty crazy cold open with Steve's car flying into essentially space. Like the wall is the walls of a wormhole. That's what that was. Oh my gosh. It just said November 6th. We know this isn't good. We know this is not good. 52 minutes into Escape from Camazotz. I feel like, are we finally going to find out what happened to Henry? Are we about to find out when he was first flayed or something? I think that the shape of the cave and the shape of the thingy on the, what's it called? Telescope. I think it is in the shape of the Mind Flayer, is it not? Like it has that shape. So I feel like that's what we're getting at. I don't know. That's still just my theory. Also, I think it's clear that Khalid does not like seeing Elle having to do all of this stuff. I think she's still a very like hardened kind of character, but she did say that she is here to make sure that a program like Brenner's never happens again, which would be necessary to wrap up the whole, Hawkins lab plot line. Does that end with her sacrificing herself somehow? She has not been in it as much as the Duffer Brothers have let on, by the way. So I'm a little concerned about what is going to happen in the next 23 minutes and then just one more episode and then the finale. If we lose her by the next episode, that is not going to feel substantial, unfortunately. And I'm a little upset about that. If that's the way this is going. But yeah, Kali definitely seems like she doesn't like seeing Elle go through all this. She doesn't like people not calling her Jane, which I think we all kind of saw that coming. Like the way she saw Mike and was like, this must be the famous Mike. Like, I don't think she really likes Elle's found family. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to tell how she feels about it. The scene with Dustin and Steve where he said like, don't go up there, you're gonna die, and then I can't deal with it again, don't make me deal with it again. I was like, but that's what I said, you guys. I was like, they can't kill Steve because Dustin is already going through a grieving arc and there's no way for him to grieve again in season 6 because there is no season 6. So they can't kill Steve. They can't kill Steve, and that is one of the reasons why I'd be shocked if they suddenly now killed Steve after that. Yeah, I don't know where this is going, but I am literally on the edge of my seat. I am shaking. Oh, the whole scene with Jonathan and Nancy was beautiful as well. Really beautiful. I am really on the edge of my seat with volume 2 so far. I don't know if it's just because, time is literally ticking, but I'm into it. Let's keep going. All right, there was just a natural pause right here at 54 minutes, 59 seconds. Was that a scientist in the cave and in the suitcase was the Mind Flayer particles? Is that what happened? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud because we cut away from this memory just as he was about to open it and it looked like there was fog or something in the thing. And is that when Henry got possessed? I'm just thinking. I'm just trying to record my thoughts. But yes, it looked like Max was maybe just about to wake up in the hospital. So let's get back to it. Okay. Oh, just started episode 7. Not when it's cold. I'd like to die playing again.
She's not blind.
I know, she probably should be blind, right? Oh. Okay, Lumax. Lumax, Mom. It's their ship name. Get with the times. Oh. Oh. Finally. Oh. I know, and Karen. Okay, let me. I gotta get back to watching this. Last episode of the night, just getting started. The bridge. Oh. It was Holly falling through. I'm still marinating with all the new information. Oh my gosh, but here we go. Episode 7. The bridge. Whew. Okay, so we're 29 minutes into The Bridge, episode 7, and I am concerned, okay, because first of all, this is very rushed. Like, just the scene of Dustin explaining everything. Again, a lot of exposition, doing all of the work to explain everything to us very quickly in this segment, or catch everybody up to speed. But it's like it's feeling so rushed, and like I am getting so stressed because I'm like, how do we only have 36 minutes left of this episode tonight, and then only 1 2-hour episode left, and we already know that the last 40 minutes of that episode is the epilogue. Like this is extremely, like, feeling very rushed now. Secondly, what is Kali here for? Like, the Duffers, I am so confused. Like, they were saying, oh, we didn't bring her back for no reason. We really wanted to put her in there and, like, give her something to do. As you get into the second volume, you'll really see how she fits in. I'm still confused. I don't see really how she fits in, other than knowing of Henry and wanting to make sure that they don't start making more numbers. But that's it. That's like as much as we know about what she's trying to do. They've barely made use of her powers. They've only used them once, I think, and it was for her to show 11, something to get into her mind, I am so confused. And then in like every single group conversation, Kali is just there in the background. Like, why is she there? What? Why are they not giving her anything else to do? I am very upset because we only have 36 minutes left. If they don't do something to make her specifically useful, like I've said, it has to be something that only Kali could do to like actually make her feel worth it and not pointless to people. I don't know, especially if she might die within the next 36 minutes. No, they did not do enough work. They did not put in enough work to flesh out her character, and I'm concerned. Also, hello, apparently she has met the gang now. She has met Steve, Dustin, Nancy, Jonathan. Did we get any sort of official meeting between any of them? No, we did not. Like, suddenly we see her walking into the squawk, but we did not get to see them meet. Oh. Oh my God. That's all we get, I guess. Oh. I can't. I don't know what is I don't know how we're going to get to a place at the end of this episode that feels like it's about to be the finale, I mean, there is a lot. Let's see where it goes. But I hope Kali does a little bit more. Like, she's literally just standing around. That is crazy. I know that they did not just bring her back to stand around for almost 2 whole episodes. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, so now we have Mr. Whatsit / Henry specifically saying the black thing. I feel like they only said this one other time. Was it in reference to A Wrinkle in Time? I'm sorry, there is so much dialogue and exposition going on. I'm sorry. But it's seeming like maybe now, are we finally getting into the mind flayer? Because is the black thing his code for the mind flayer? Maybe. Because this is crazy again now that we have 34 minutes left of volume 2 and we have not gotten the mind flayer yet. We have not gotten any like real concrete backstory for how Henry ended up how he did, other than that one little thing that we saw of that memory. This is crazy. I don't know how they are going to pull all this off, plus all of the satisfying endings for our characters and their interpersonal relationships and everything. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see. I'm conflicted. We have 17 minutes left of this episode. Kali and Elle were just talking to each other in the void, and they really are kind of like framing everything Kali is saying, though, as her being like villainous a little bit and like getting into Elle's mind, and Kali's telling her that this is the thing that they have to do, and it's like, is she up to something? Like they had Hopper even say she's up to something. What she's saying does make sense, but she's basically like, right now we're looking at a suicide mission for Kali and Elle. We're looking at a suicide mission right now. Because if the show is having me question whether or not Kali's intentions are are honest, then that's not good. That means they haven't done enough to endear her to audiences at all at this point. And we have 17 minutes left, and she's probably going to die if Elle doesn't return. Maybe if they both stay on the bridge and whatever, they do end up somewhere. But Kali is right, though. She does know from experience that her friends were killed and they just ended up taking her. And the only way that the Hawkins lab and Papa whole sort of storyline could end is if they don't have any of their blood to work with, right? But then I think in one of my lives, our last live, did we not discuss that like maybe another way of dying could be for them to somehow sacrifice their powers somehow? Because if they don't have their powers, then what good is their blood? You know, maybe. I don't know. Oh, let's keep going. Well, oh God. That's a wrap on episode 7. I find it very hard to believe that we have one episode left. How the heck is this not going to feel rushed as heck? Also, again, Kali has not really been given that much to do. Is she here just to be a sacrifice with Elle on the bridge? Is Elle gonna decide to stay and let Kali sacrifice herself and then stay and not do it? Oh gosh. Because as of right now, it seems like they have made a sisterly pact to disappear forever. But I feel like there is more that they could have done with Kali. Like, what the heck? I mean, at least she did not die tonight. At least she's making it to the finale, and maybe whatever happens in the finale could be something really cool. But as of right now, I mean, like, we've had her back, and they did not, I don't think they used the time very well with her. And it's so weird because it's like, I really enjoyed these episodes. Like, I was really on the edge of my seat, but now I don't know if I was on the edge of my seat because I was freaked out about the fact that there's only 3 episodes and what are we going to do in this time, you know? And now that it's all over, I'm just sort of like, we found out about the wormhole. We found out about, you know, what that is. Yeah, we have the whole scientific, you know, breakdown of all of that. And we still do not have the mind flayer for, like, oh my God. So many thoughts. So many thoughts. But at least Will was able to come out to everybody, I guess. Oh, at least we accomplished that. I do gotta say though, because that, for real, that was something that we all know everybody has been waiting for the outcome to. And that pretty much went kind of pretty much how I envisioned it. Like, I just said, like, he would somehow, oh, there goes my cat. Lilo. I said that he would somehow be able to come out to everybody, and everybody obviously embraced him and accepted him. And it did feel like a big weight was finally lifted, right? And now we can all sort of go into battle, and he doesn't have to have that secret or that fear weighing on him. It's not something that Vecna can hold over him, should he try to, right? So, and it was great with Robin and that whole little arc and friendship between them, the way they tied all that together. That was good. But yeah, but other than that, it was great to get Mr. Clark involved again with everything. That was awesome. But man, does it just feel rushed. And I feel we were robbed of like the group dynamic of getting to meet Kali for the first time. That's like, what the heck? I don't know, that feels really weird to me. And again, it feels like she's just there. And that's not how I was hoping it would feel. The way the Duffer Brothers hyped it up, they really were trying to act like, she needed to be here for a reason. Like, Kali is the only person who could help do this stuff. And I assumed that would be because of her abilities or knowledge of hers, but she still hasn't really shared anything that she knows about Henry specifically, and she's only used her powers like once. So I don't understand that. And now we only got one episode left. One episode next week. 2 hours and 8 minutes, I believe. Yeah, I got a lot to sit with, a lot to think about. Should be going live again this weekend, possibly Saturday, maybe Sunday, but you'll know. I'll post the thing when I'm to say I'm going live, and you can RSVP or set the reminder. But yeah, definitely a lot to talk about. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I gotta sit with this. Now our blinds are wrecked by Lilo, but yeah, I gotta sit with this, think about it, maybe try to rewatch some of it before I go live, but I don't know, you guys. I don't know, but it's feeling rushed. It is feeling rushed, and I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know how they're gonna pull it off. I don't know, but we'll find out together, and we'll discuss everything we just watched this weekend. So, bye.